Hello friends, welcome to 5th week. So with this we have completed our half of the course and now we are entering into the second half of the course. In this week we will study about segmenting, targeting and positioning, which is also known as STP, segmenting, targeting and positioning. In this lecture we are going to study about need for STP and concept of STP, that is segmenting, targeting and positioning. Okay. So first of all, let us try to find out what are the possibilities of segments in travel and tourism. Now when we talk about segments, what is the meaning of segment? As the name itself is suggesting, segment means part of the whole. So what is whole in this? The whole in this is market. Okay. And what is part? Part means a portion of customers which have some unique characteristic. So this is known as segment. So let us try to find out what are different portions or different segments which are available in tourism industry. Now, as we know, tourism industry constitutes of hotels, tour operators, transport services providers and destinations. So, we will look at them one by one. First of all, hotels. How many types of clients are there in hotels? Hotels might serve a corporate client, hotels might serve a walk-in guest, hotel might serve coming through some GDS or maybe a sales outlet which is owned by the hotel itself, or maybe through some travel agency or tour operator. It may be, in case of tour operator, it may be GIT, it may be FIT. Okay, so and beside this, these types of guests may be either those guests who are preferring to stay and travel during weekend or maybe during weekdays, like you talk about business travelers. Business travelers largely prefer to travel, stay and work during the weekdays. And next is conferences and conventions. Okay, so when we look at it, these are so many types of tourists or guests which which may be staying in a hotel maybe simultaneously. Okay, now next is tour operator. Now let us explore the possibilities of different types of tourist in case of tour operator. Different age groups like 18, under 18, okay, singles, couples, okay, families with children and without children. Now senior citizens. Okay, these senior citizens may be traveling alone or these senior citizens may be traveling along with their family. That is, in that case, it might be a group of, a couple traveling along with their senior citizen parents or parents-in-law, and then simultaneously teenage kids or maybe young kids of the age group of, maybe 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, and then sports and adventure activity participants. Then after that, there may be tourists who are very much interested in cultural element of the destination, or maybe the nature at the destination, or there are heritage lovers also, and these all tourists have a very different characteristic. Okay, so I gave you examples of hotels, I gave you examples of tour operator. Now let us check the examples of transport service providers also. You know how many types of tourists which are available with the transport service provider? Standard traveler, club traveler, first class passengers, then further higher like chartered groups, apex buyers. So that's how, there's a range of, types of travelers who travel along with this, transport service provider services. Similarly, when we talk about destinations, destinations have local residents. Okay, destinations have visitors. Visitors are also known as day visitors. Okay, I have purposely not used this word day here. I have omitted it because visitors means day visitor. Now, day visitors are those people who are, not going to stay at the destination, and they are not the local resident of the destination also. They just come during the daytime, visit at the destination, and they go back. Okay, so day visitors. Then there are domestic tourists. Okay, and there may be domestic tourist who is a day visitor also. Okay, then foreign tourists, then there may be foreign tourists who are day visitors also. Student groups as well as college groups, all of these are student groups, whether they are from schools or they are from colleges or they are even research scholars. So there's a huge range. If we look at all those possibilities which we have explored just now, these are just few of them, and I'm very sure if you just take these 4 types of service provider and you just pause this video over here and then you yourself explore other types which I have not mentioned in this slide, I'm sure very conveniently you will be able to find out at least 15 to 20 more types of tourists who are available. So when we look at, it's a huge range. It's a huge list, almost endless. So these different types of tourist clienteles are known as segments. Okay, in terms of business, these are called segments. These are different segments of the whole market. Okay, we have seen that possibilities of finding a type of tourist is like, innumerable. So it poses a very complicated structure, complicated network of requirements, distributions, and other elements of marketing for a tourist marketer, for a travel management company. So let us find out what are the needs of STP, that is segmenting, targeting, and positioning. Now, every tourist here is unique. Okay, their needs are different. Somebody may be looking for emotional satisfaction. Some may be looking for some kind of excitement. Let me give you a very easy example. A person might be thinking, I'm feeling bored sitting in my office on my desk and table and, working for 8 hours to 10 hours on a daily basis. So I need a change. Okay. Now, for this need of change, one of the person might want to go on a relaxation tour, leisure tour to Goa, and just want to lie down on the beach and, sunbathe and relax. And while there may be another person who might be thinking, why should I go and lie down on the beach? I'm anyway sitting on the, chair and not doing any kind of physical activity. So I want some kind of excitement, some kind of, some kind of adrenaline rush in my, body. So he might want to do some kind of adventure tour activity. Now, relaxation, change, these elements are common. But what do they desire is entirely different. And how these two things have become different? Because their attitude towards life is different. One person feels, I have become bored sitting on that chair, so I want an excitement. I want to put myself into such a situation wherein, I can challenge myself and conquer that fear. While another person might be thinking, I am anyways tired. Why should I put myself in the, this kind of a physical exertion? I'll just go and, lie down on the beach. So the attitude towards life, makes a difference in the thinking, and then their behavior also changes. There are so many tourists who want to go for just one night, for a weekend gateway, weekend tour of maybe just one night or maximum 2 nights to any destination which is close by. They do not need any transportation services for that. They might be taking their own two-wheeler or four-wheeler and going to that place. Okay, and they might be doing it on a frequent basis, maybe every month or every quarter. And there may be another tourist who says, it's a long duration, you need to think about a lot of things and then you go. Then, why to go repeatedly for a short duration of time? Why shouldn't I go for a long duration, maybe for 4 nights and 5 nights or 7 nights, and then I'll go, instead of going on every weekend or quarter, I'll go every 6 monthly or once in a year. So this is the behavior in terms of how frequently do they use services of travel management companies. Okay, so companies need to know all these different kind of needs, desires, attitudes and behavior of the tourist, so that they can make products which are suitable, suitable to these different requirements, attitudes and behavior of this different segments of the market. Okay, a very efficient, this segmenting, targeting and positioning is a very efficient technology. It's a very efficient way of doing this, because logically the businesses need to know the reasons behind taking any actions. So on a list of activities, they need to decide those activities to which they should give higher priority. Budget, which they should allot to them. When should they do them? Whom should be targeted through these activities, etc. All these kind of elements. So segmenting, targeting and positioning provide a logical rationale to all these activities or marketing efforts done by the company. Okay, so first, what marketer has done? The marketer has found out about the need, characteristics of their customers and also those of their prospective customers also, which are crucial for the success of their marketing efforts, like promotional campaigns to increase the awareness, which products are being preferred by the customers and which modifications need to be done in its product to make them more saleable. Efficiency of the distribution network, that is the chain of sales outlets to get to know the products which are liked by different geographical markets, and also the efforts which company needs to do in order to sell other products also. There, if any hiring or training is, a need of the company in terms of those products which are already there, or if they need to hire and train their team to do so. So they also come to know about what are the prevailing prices of different products of different companies and the opinion of the customers in terms of prices and their respective quality too. Okay, so they also come to know about which media is maximum used by their prospective customers and current customers, so that advertisement campaigns may be more frequently done on them, and discard those media channels which are not much used. And this, as a result of this, they will be able to save financial resources and still giving a higher output. So this need for STP, that is segmenting, targeting and positioning, is very crucial on the basis of especially the elements which the companies get to know in point number 1, that company comes to know about its customers. Okay. Now segmenting, targeting and positioning helps in setting precise marketing objectives as per the requirements of these segments separately, like what kind of different segments should be reached through what means and time and mode of communication. These all things can be precisely, objectified. Segmenting, targeting and positioning also provides detail about the size of the segment so that achievable sales targets can be set. It also provides a basis for doing effective planning, budgeting and designing of marketing activities. Now, in the last point, in the need for STP, it helps in creating a unique image for the products and also company in the mind of its consumers. This image goes in line to what consumers think about the products so that consumers can associate themselves with the products. It provides a basis for branding a product differently and then communicating about the attributes and utility of the product. This is very important, these two aspects, because on the basis of these things only consumers decide whether to purchase a product or not to purchase a product. Now, with its perspective consumers in a language which they understand. How? In that language which customers actually understand, and using a media which they also watch. They means the prospective consumers or the current consumers also watch or read, so that their decision can be influenced and also as per their convenient time and place. So they try to provide information through advertisements, publicity and other ways in such a way so that they can influence the decision of their prospective customers or current customers in their favor to purchase the product. So the entire marketing process, that is knowing the needs, producing products, doing pricing of the product, telling about the products to the sellers, buyers, consumers, then making the products available for purchase, then hiring and training of the employees, setting a system of processes as per the convenience of the consumers, distributors, etc. All these and other activities of the company also are aligned through STP in such a way that all of them get competitive advantage. That is, the company gets the competitive advantage and become as per the requirements of the market. So STP is not just done for the products. STP has also been done for the company. Okay. Now we will discuss about the concept of segmenting, targeting and positioning. Let me tell you one thing, that most of the businesses, they deal with more than one segment. These segments which I gave you in this first slide, different types of, they do not just target or they do not just get attention of the group inclusive to us. They may be thinking about GIT for couples, those couples who are interested in adventure tour activity and who may be traveling through maybe first class transportation, okay, and those who are foreigners. So you see, I have told you one element of all of these, different services provider, and then I have told you one specific segment. So most of the time, companies do not target one segment, they target more than one segment. Similarly, there can be a GIT also. So here I am giving you second assignment for this lecture. Please come here at this point of lecture, and in this slide, as I made one segment for you, make another segment of clientele by making a combination of all these 4 types of services provider. Okay? Take 2 minutes for that and then continue with the lecture. So I hope you have prepared a specific segment of tourist. So I'm very sure now you are clear about how these segments have been prepared to come to know about different types of tourist. So the use of STP is that it takes the marketers away from mass marketing. Usually it comes in our mind that this entire market is one homogeneous. That's not true. Market consists of, as I have shown you in first slide, n number of types of people in different choices, in their behavior, in their attitude, in their what do they like, what they do not like. And let me tell you, what do they like at this point of time, they may not be liking after 6 months. So these segments are not something which are constant. They keep on changing, okay? And this change is very important. The company needs to know how its, customer have been progressing with time and need to make changes. All these companies, they need to make changes accordingly, the way in which their customers have been progressing. So to move further, most of the businesses do not use any one segment, but they use a combination of segments, okay, as I gave you in the example, and you yourself also prepared second segment. Now, companies which want to do marketing differently for different classes and don't do mass marketing, considering the market to be one homogeneous group of customers, always follow the principles of STP, okay. So, if we consider that the market is homogeneous, no, it is not, okay. The extent of heterogeneity may vary from one market to another market, but this is for sure, all the customers are not going to be the same, okay. Now, in market segmentation, we divide the market of customers into different groups on the basis of variables to determine their demographics, tendencies, characteristics, likings, dislikings, behavior pattern, awareness about the company and its products also, decision making, and the elements or people who influence them while deciding on the purchase of the product, and also a bit idea about the prices which the customers are willing to for pricing. We are not much dependent on the what customers think or the segment think, because as far as cost is there, this minimum has to be covered. So price has to be prices are preferred to be higher than the cost. So we are not much dependent on STP for pricing, but yes, this is also one of the criteria. Now, it also helps the marketers in understanding the frequency of similar purchases or main competition. Okay, if there is one product, like let me tell you, like if we talk about cruises, which is the toughest competitor of cruises? All-inclusive packages. You will not believe that all-inclusive packages are the toughest competition of cruises. While we all know this thing, that in all-inclusive packages, usually those tourists go who are first-time traveler. Am I right? Who are first-time tourist. And in case of cruises, these are little matured clientele. But still, the toughest competition of cruises are all-inclusive packages and vice versa. So, the marketer needs to have this kind of an information, Until unless you do not know about your competition, you will not be able to target your customer precisely, hitting at the chord. This will not be done, okay? Now, segmentation is a part of segmenting, targeting and positioning. So, after segmentation, the companies decide which segment or segments to the target, should they target, for a product, and then aligning its marketing efforts to make a desired image in the mind of the customers and market. This entire process is called segmenting, targeting and positioning. So, to continue with segmenting, targeting and positioning, what is market segmentation? I am giving you a quick revision. Identification of the different segments or the parts of the entire customer market, that is called segmentation. Then after doing this segmentation, we profile them. How do we do this profiling? The way I just now gave you, in first one where I took up one element and then I gave you one of the profile. Similarly, I gave you an assignment just now for that 2-minute activity in which you profiled on your own from that data, from that first slide details which I provided to you. So, this is called profiling. So, in profiling, in segmentation, we divide the market in as many parts as we can. And profiling is just reverse of it. In this one, we try to pick up elements, couple of elements and then make them as one unit with those common characteristics. This common characteristics, combination of this common characteristic becomes the profile of that customer, that particular kind of customer, okay. Now, next is market targeting, measuring the segment's attractiveness. Which are those segments? These profiles which we have prepared, not each and every small segment which we prepared in the starting, but after profiling these segments. Then we measure the attractiveness in terms of profitability, accessibility, what is the size, can this segment grow in future or not, what is the purchasing power, all these things have been measured. And then we, on the basis of this measurement, we get to know which is that target segment which should be targeted. So, then selecting the target segment. After that, market positioning. Now, we have already selected either one target, either one segment or more than one segment, okay. So, now we position our product in such a way wherein our customers get attracted to that particular product. What is the meaning of position? Means making an image in the mind of your customer, in the mind of your consumer. When your consumer thinks about, religious tourism in India, then if he is Hindu, Kashi Vishwanath must come in his mind, that is in Varanasi. okay, or maybe Ayodhya, okay, or maybe any temple in south, so. And when we talk about a mice product, any company which wants to come up with a conference of its officials or training, then in that condition, Geo Center in Mumbai, this is the positioning because it is the largest in India, so that's how you position your product in such a way. When you think about mountains, what comes in your mind? Is it Himachal? Is it Jammu and Kashmir? Or is it Uttarakhand? Or isn't it like that when you think about all these three destinations, certain different image comes in your mind? And that image is actually the position of that product in the market. Why is it called market? Why it is not consumer? Because this is a deliberate effort. Company does not want this image to be in the mind of one customer. It wants this image to be in the mind of all that members of that targeted segment, okay, and this targeted segment has now become a market, okay. So drafting and positioning a strategy for the selected segment or segments, and then deciding the marketing mix for the targeted segment. What is marketing mix? I told you those 7 P's of marketing, okay. So then making your modifying your marketing mix or planning your marketing mix in such a way wherein you can actually target means finally you can approach and get those leads converted into a sale. That is called targeting, okay, targeting the market segment. So I'm resting this lecture here. At the end of it, I have provided you a list of 5 books. You can refer to any of these books if you need to have any further information, or you can refer to any other book as per your choice also, okay. Thank you.